Ready to dive into a world where creativity and strategy collide? We're talking visual merchandising.
It's not just making things look pretty.
It's about understanding what makes shoppers tick and buy.
Yeah.
We've got some excerpts from RoleCatcher's career guide on this,
Oh, nice.
since it sounds like you're curious about this career path.
And it's a career path that's really evolved,
Oh, yeah.
especially with online shopping and, the entire digital age.
Right.
This isn't your grandma's window display anymore,
Exactly.
although those can still be pretty awesome.
Right. We're talking augmented reality interactive displays.
Yeah.
Using data to understand what captures attention.
And that's what I find so interesting.
Yeah.
We think of visual merchandising as this very artistic field, which it is, but
It is.
the best in the business. They're using heat maps to track customer movement, A/B testing different display setups.
Wow.
It's like data-driven creativity.
Hold on, back up.
Yeah.
Heat maps in a store. Tell me more about how that works.
So imagine you can see where people linger the longest, what paths they take through the store.
Okay.
That's what a heat map shows.
Okay.
Visual merchandisers can use this data to figure out, say, if a certain display is actually stopping people in their tracks, or if it's causing a bottleneck.
So it's not just gut feeling. Okay, the data shows shoppers are completely zoning out on this section. We need to rethink this.
Exactly. And that's where the analysis comes in.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher actually gives an example.
Okay.
One visual merchandiser they profile uses sales data to track which products sell best near certain colors.
Interesting.
Then uses that to inform their display palette.
Wow.
Fascinating stuff.
Okay, that is seriously cool.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a job where you need an eye for design, sure,
Absolutely.
but also a head for strategy. What else makes this role stand out?
It's this constant dance between creativity and practicality.
Okay.
You have these grand visions for displays, but then there are real-world limitations.
Well, sure.
Budget, space. I think that's where strong problem-solving skills really come in.
And knowing how to stretch a dollar, probably.
Oh, for sure.
The guide mentioned something about visual merchandisers needing to understand consumer behavior.
Yeah.
What does that really mean in this context?
It's about more than just knowing what people buy. It's about understanding why they buy.
Okay.
Like, ever notice how grocery stores put essentials like milk and eggs way at the back?
Yes.
You have to walk past tons of other tempting stuff to get there.
It's like they're playing 4D chess with our shopping habits.
Right, and visual merchandisers tap into that.
Yeah.
They understand how things like lighting, color, even the scent of a space can influence purchasing decisions.
Interesting.
There's a whole psychology behind it.
So they're kind of like retail whisperers,
Yeah,
influencing us in ways we don't even realize.
precisely.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
They have to do this while also staying true to the brand's image and appealing to its target audience.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance.
Okay, so we've established this is way more than just making things look pretty.
It's true.
There's real strategy and psychology involved. Let's talk about what a career path in this field actually looks like.
Okay.
The RoleCatcher guide breaks it down into a few stages, right?
It does.
They lay out a path from entry level all the way up to senior visual merchandiser.
Yeah.
You're not just climbing a ladder, though.
Right.
You're building skills along the way.
It's true. And what's refreshing is how the guide emphasizes continuous learning.
Okay.
That could be anything.
Yeah.
From taking courses on new display technologies to just keeping your finger on the pulse of design trends.
So even at the entry level, you're not just fetching coffee.
Right.
You're expected to be actively learning and contributing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The guide even gives the example of an entry-level responsibility being market research,
Okay.
digging into competitor strategies, staying on top of trends.
Interesting.
It's about being a sponge, soaking up knowledge about the retail world.
That makes sense. To create those immersive shopping experiences,
Yeah.
you need to know what's out there, what's working, what's getting people excited.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've paid your dues at the entry level,
Right.
learned the ropes. What's next on this visual merchandising adventure?
That's when you usually step into a full-fledged visual merchandiser role.
Okay.
Think of it as graduating from apprentice to artist.
I like it.
You start creating and implementing your own visual merchandising plans, working more independently.
I imagine this is where you really get to flex your creative muscles,
Yeah.
but also where those practical considerations come into play even more.
Exactly. And you might even start taking on some leadership responsibilities,
Okay.
like training and mentoring junior visual merchandisers.
Makes sense.
The guide profiles one visual merchandiser who's obsessed with data,
Oh, really?
uses sales figures and customer feedback to constantly tweak and refine their displays.
Interesting.
That data-driven approach again.
Yeah, it's like being a detective.
Right.
But instead of solving crimes, you're solving the mystery of what makes shoppers tick.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've mastered the art of the display. You're leading a team.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there?
That's when you ascend to the peak of Mount Visual Merchandising.
Okay.
The senior visual merchandiser.
Ooh.
You're thinking big picture now, developing strategies for multiple stores, probably entire regions.
And I'd bet you're working closely with other departments, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Marketing, advertising, making sure the brand's image is consistent across the board.
Absolutely. It's a high-impact role with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the all-important interview process.
Oh, yes.
You could have the most innovative ideas,
Yeah.
but you need to be able to articulate them.
Right.
The RoleCatcher guide actually have a whole section on interview questions.
Oh, I love those. It's always fascinating to see what they come up with.
Right.
I bet some are real brain teasers.
Oh, yeah.
What are we looking at here?
Well, some are what you'd expect.
Oh.
Tell me about a time you had to work within a tight budget.
Yeah.
Or how do you stay up to date on trends?
Sure.
But then there's some curveballs.
Like what?
Okay.
Hit me with your best curveball question.
Okay, get ready for this.
Okay.
How do you ensure your visual displays are inclusive and representative of diverse audiences?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a tough one. Right
It's
on.
not just about creating something visually appealing anymore.
Right.
It's about being socially aware and responsible.
Exactly. It highlights how the role has evolved to be about more than just aesthetics.
For sure.
Another one that stood out to me was,
Yeah.
can you describe a time you had to balance your creative vision with feedback from stakeholders who may have had different ideas?
Oh, interesting.
That gets right to the heart of collaboration and navigating different perspectives.
That's so important,
Yeah.
especially in a role like this where you're working with so many different teams. The guide suggests using their example profiles as inspiration for framing your own experiences.
It's a brilliant idea. Those profiles offer a glimpse into how seasoned visual merchandisers have tackled challenges.
Right.
Their thought processes, the things they learned along the way.
It's like having a cheat sheet for success.
Yeah,
But instead of giving you the answers, it shows you how to approach the problem.
I like that.
And speaking of cheat sheets, let's talk about RoleCatcher itself.
Okay.
This platform goes way beyond just career advice, right?
It really does. It's like having a whole toolkit for your job search.
Yeah.
From crafting the perfect resume
Okay.
to prepping for those curveball interview questions.
And don't forget about their AI features.
Oh, right.
That's where things get really interesting.
That's where the magic happens.
Okay, tell me more about that. How can AI actually help you land a job?
Well, imagine this.
Okay.
You're trying to tailor your resume for a specific visual merchandising role,
Yeah.
but you're not sure which skills to emphasize. RoleCatcher's AI analyzes job descriptions,
Okay.
figures out what employers are looking for,
Mm-hmm.
and actually suggests keywords or phrases you can add to make your resume stand out.
So it's really looking at what you've done
Yeah.
and figuring out how to best present it.
Exactly.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for job postings.
Right. It takes the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's the interview prep feature.
Okay.
You can actually record yourself answering practice questions.
Oh, wow.
And RoleCatcher's AI will give you feedback on your performance.
Wow. So you can practice those tricky interview questions
Yeah.
and get personalized pointers all from the comfort of your own home.
Precisely. It's like having a personal coach, but without the awkward small talk.
That's incredible. It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket
Right.
throughout the whole job search process.
It really is. And it highlights how technology can be a game changer when it comes to career advancement. But even with all these amazing tools at your disposal,
Yeah.
the source emphasizes that the job market for visual merchandisers is competitive.
It's tough out there.
It is.
It takes more than just a good eye and a knack for design to truly stand out.
It's true.
So what's the secret sauce? What are those extra ingredients that make a visual merchandiser truly shine?
The source really emphasizes data analysis,
Okay.
strategic thinking, and strong communication skills.
It's interesting because those might not be the first things that come to mind when you think of a creative field like visual merchandising.
Right. But think about it.
Oh.
To create those impactful displays,
Yeah.
you need to understand what resonates with shoppers.
Right.
That's where data analysis comes in.
Okay.
Analyzing sales figures,
Mm.
tracking customer engagement.
Okay.
It's about using data to back up your creative choices.
So you can say, like, look, this is what's working.
Exactly.
These are the numbers.
You get it?
It's like being a visual storyteller who also speaks the language of spreadsheets.
Right. The perfect blend.
Yes, exactly.
And then there's strategic thinking.
Okay.
Understanding the bigger picture of the retail landscape.
Yeah.
Knowing how to adapt to changing consumer behaviors
Mm-hmm.
and being able to anticipate trends.
So it's not just about creating a beautiful display in a vacuum.
Yes.
It's about understanding the why behind the what.
Yes, exactly.
And let's not forget communication.
Right.
Whether you're pitching your ideas to a client, collaborating with a team, or explaining your vision to a group of junior merchandisers,
Yeah.
you need to be able to articulate your ideas clearly and persuasively.
Being able to get buy-in across the board is so important.
It's crucial in this field. So, to sum it all up, you need to be a creative visionary,
Yes.
a data-savvy strategist,
Mm-hmm.
and a master communicator.
That's it.
It's a lot.
It's a tall order,
Huh.
but it's what makes the role so dynamic and rewarding.
Well said. And with that, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We've gone from shop floor to the top of the retail mountain.
We dove deep into the evolving world of visual merchandising, from using heat maps to track shopper behavior to leveraging AI for interview practice.
We really did. It's amazing how much this field has embraced technology.
And we explored how RoleCatcher can be an invaluable resource
It's an amazing platform, packed with tools and insights.
for anyone looking to break into this exciting field or even just learn more about it.
Exactly. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up your career, it's got something for everyone.
So, for all you aspiring visual merchandisers out there, remember, it's a competitive world.
It's true.
But with the right mix of creativity, strategy, and technological know-how,
It's all about that perfect blend.
you can create shopping experiences that truly captivate and inspire.
You got it. Go out there and make those storefronts shine.
On that note, we'll leave you to ponder the endless possibilities of visual merchandising.
Until next time.
Happy designing.